All right, question number 2, and this time Romaine will have the first crack at it. And Mr. Quinn, do you have any ideas on how to bring manufacturing and business into the city?
I've had this question many times. What's my experience with business? How will I expand the tax base? How will I create jobs? I think it's a far cry to say any one person or any council creates jobs, but I do believe that we can foster an environment that is business friendly and work with businesses and sit down with them and see ways that we can become more inviting and possibly create jobs and bring them here. But again, to say that any one person or any council, for instance, necessarily made jobs in this city, I believe is somewhat far-fetched.
Okay, thank you. Dan, 60 seconds. Do you need the question repeated?
So we had 2 minutes for this.
No, not 60 seconds.
Okay. Yeah, manufacturing business. It's continually going out there and trying to find the businesses that we have. I have done that. During my leadership on 2 years, I helped bring 9 businesses into this city. It's created probably 45 to 65 jobs when it's complete. I will continue to do that. When we found out about a local manufacturer being purchased this year, I was at the CEO's desk in one day asking him how we can expand or help you with this new purchase by your new company. That was Johnson Truck Bodies. I met with Mr. Ron Ritchie at his office in 24 hours, asking him what we can do to help you stay in the city. We have good rapport with him, and I will continue to work with that.
All right, remaining 30 seconds to add anything further.
Again, this is the kind of attitude that we need to have going forward when we try to increase our tax base. We need to accommodate them. We need to talk with them. Search for businesses that only show interest, but search for those businesses that don't show an interest right now and see if we can foster that interest. And by bringing them here, oh, I believe my time's up.
15 seconds.
Oh, I have 15 seconds. And again, like I said before, we don't necessarily create jobs, but we can foster that environment and sit down with those people and promote our community because it is such a great place to live and work. And that's what we need to keep doing. And I can agree with the mayor on that point.
Okay, very good. All right, Mr. Fitzgerald, this is question number 3. What steps would you employ to work cooperatively with other governmental bodies such as the county, township, and lake district?
That's an easy deal. I attend most of the lake rehabilitation meetings in regards to our lake, working with them so that we can improve this lake quality. We just recently agreed they were going to have a presentation to the city council in regards to lake rehab, but it was going to cost $500 to present that. I went out with the lake rehab and said, we'll commit $250 to that so we can bring it to the city to keep everybody involved in that lake rehab. What was the other part of the question? I lost that. There was intergovernmental county, definitely. I sat down with, when Dwayne was the county board chairman, or not chairman, but the advisor over there, I sat down with him as soon as I got elected and said, Dwayne, the county and the city have to start arguing. We have to quit paying these fees out for attorneys. Let's sit down at the table and work these out. When Dwayne left, I immediately when Jeff French got the appointment, I immediately made a contact with Jeff French and said, Jeff, we need to sit down and talk about these issues. And we did. We resolved a lot of issues at that point. Since I've been elected, we have not paid any money out for attorney fees to argue back and forth with the county in regards to different items. Matter of fact, we've just signed our contracts for our road work this summer and actually hired the county to do some of our work. That's the kind of intergovernmental relations that we have. Last Friday, Ruth King from the DNR was in my office. We were talking about the stormwater utility. They gave us a mandate of April 15th. I sat down with Ruth and said, Ruth, that's just unacceptable. We can't get this completed on April 15th. We need some more time on that. She said, how much time do you need, Dan? I got till August 15th from her. Supposedly, we'll find that out tomorrow night, but Ruth's pretty well sure that we're going to be able to till August 15th to answer our letter on the MS4.
Okay, thank you. Romaine, do you have a question repeated?
Yes, please.
Okay, what steps would you employ to work cooperatively with other governmental bodies such as the county, township, and the district? 60 seconds.
All right. To begin with, communication is key. I believe a lot of issues that we face in the city, whether between the county and ourselves, could have been solved if people would just talk to each other more. We begin to assume things when issues come, and most of it comes down to money. And if we do sit down at the table, like Mr. Fitzgerald said, and we can work these problems out, most of these problems are not that difficult. It's a matter of being polite in sitting down and discussing them. Personally, again, as I said, as the issue between the county and the city has been pretty much resolved, that open communication and honest communication, not just when we have problems, but when we're doing things well together, is key as we continue to move forward and try and solve our problems.
All right, thank you. Dan, another 30 seconds.
I cannot agree more. I think we've done that. Like I said, we've improved our communication with the county. We've improved our communication with the DNR. We've improved our communication with the lake rehab. It's by sitting down. It's by talking. And I take that initiative. I'm not afraid to call who's ever in charge. I'll call them up and say, hey, we need to meet. There's no sense of sending 10 and 15 emails back and forth. Let's sit down at the meeting. Let's get this together. Last time we had the county in, we had some 6 to 8 people at the table discussing the issues that we didn't resolve.
All right, thank you very much. All right, Mr. Quinn, your next question is.